Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Happy New Year. This is the 3rd of January, 2026.
Sure.
Yeah, because yesterday was the 2nd.
Yeah.
If you guys notice, I got this awesome hoodie for Christmas. My brother came up with this, and that's my dog driving the Escort. I think this is like the coolest hoodie ever. And this episode was going to be like me disassembling my car because Eric's car's out of the shop.
Yeah, it's not out of the shop anymore.
So you guys seen our Christmas episode. We went to go start that afterwards. And it sounded like no compression. And when it would fire, it was shooting out the exhaust. And my suspicion is that he mistimed it.
Now, I did look up, and this supposedly is a non-interference motor. So even with it being out of time, there shouldn't have been any valve contact.
So I was watching a Steve Morris episode where he was talking about people making a comment about timing marks not being aligned correctly. And he mentioned that his shop teacher said that he had the camshaft 180 out because that vehicle, when they tried to start it, would backfire through the intake. So I don't know the possibility of a 4-cylinder, because one complete revolution of the crank, the piston should still be at top dead center. So is it out of time, or did you put the intake on the exhaust and the exhaust on the intake?
I don't think I did that. Because when I had it set out there, I laid everything out to what side it was respective on.
Which I thought you did, but that's what came to mind. So the question is, why is there no compression, and why is there an ignition source on an exhaust stroke?
But also keep in mind that this rebuild kit was $300. So there's also that.
We didn't check and compare parts, did we?
I mean, no. The crankshaft is the same, I know that, because wherever my crankshaft went, there's a ginormous gear that drives the oil pump balance shafts on the crankshaft. So I know the crankshaft is correct. And the pistons did fit.
And this is number 5 of pulling this engine.
So at this point, I've lost count. I've gotten really good at it, though. Getting to this point has taken me probably 3 hours. Oh, there's the crankshaft. Taking me probably about 3 hours.
I was going to say it's over there somewhere.
Yeah, ADD brain. Anyways, yeah, I'm getting a lot quicker at pulling this engine. So
you sound better than you did for Christmas.
I do. I've for the most part gotten over it. I still have like a little bit of mucus that I cough up every once in a while, but at this point, I think I'm over whatever influenza strain I had. At least that's what the doctor said. So, which I found out yesterday. I had to go to the eye doctor because I've been seeing like a dark spot on one of my eyes, and the eye doctor said that there's swelling on my retina, which is caused by 2 things: stress or steroids. Well, I was just on a steroid pill for the flu that I had. So they think it's because of that. They said it should go away. It'll probably take a couple months, but they said it should go away on its own. I got a follow-up appointment in 6 weeks.
So speaking of eye problems,
What are you going blind to?
I had something in my eye while I was not working. I came back from lunch. The shop door was staying open because of the weather strips. I fixed them. And since then, my left eye can read what's on that wood board over there. Mm-hmm. My right eye can barely make out that APA. Yeah.
It's just old age. I know a good eye clinic if you want up in Ann Arbor.
I think I might have to use my vision insurance to go see an eye doctor. But they got what was in my eye out. Mm-hmm. And they did tell me it would take a while to heal, but I feel like it's affected the vision.
I was going to say, with that debris, wouldn't it be possible to scratch your eye?
That's what it did. And I had these drops I had to put in my eye. But anyways.
Enough about our health.
We'll see what's up with that. I'm going to let Eric alone with that. And I'm going to show you guys some more stuff I got for Christmas. Okay, so one of the things I got for Christmas, I'm going to try to hold this camera with one hand and point. That light up there, I don't really like that one. Nor do I like that big light that's over here. So these are going to replace that once it gets warmer and I can actually work outside. They don't stick out as far as I thought they would when I found them, but they should be brighter and not as bulky as the ones that are up there. So we'll see what that looks like in the spring. So as you guys know, I complain about the lights in here and those really expensive, dingy yellow lights. I got these. These are also on Amazon Prime. It does look like it sort of makes a difference.
I think once you get all of them up, it'll be nice and bright.
I'm definitely going to be putting some off this wall over here. There it goes. Now it turned on. I figured I'd get something done on the Escort engine since it's just kind of been sitting here neglected, collecting dust, as you can see I'm wiping off.
I might have had timing off on this.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
What gives you that idea?
Well, because looking at the engine, looking at this exhaust cam sprocket, I see two different timing marks. There's an exhaust timing mark and an intake timing mark. I don't think I noticed that one before. I don't remember that.
So, is it possible? So 180 out time of cam.
It looks like it. Or looks like it's possible enough to have it out to where it won't fire. So there's this exhaust marking right here, and it says EX, but then 180 from it is intake.
And there's two dots here.
Yeah, but I'm wondering if this exhaust means that this needs to be lined up with the timing mark on the chain on the exhaust side of things.
Mm-hmm. So on the Ford 2.7, if I remember right, you have to crank the engine over. The alignment of the crank has to be at a certain degree. Mm-hmm. And then you take the chain off the right side. And then you rotate the engine 100 or 360 degrees to take the chain off the left side.
What?
And then on the cam sprockets, they have a triangle or a dot. And you know how I found out that you can that up?
You put it on the wrong one. All right, so I've gotten the front cover back on. I did readjust the timing, and I watched some videos on YouTube to double check it, and turns out I did have it timed wrong. So initially, right here is the intake, the exhaust is down there. I initially had the exhaust lined up with the timing mark. You'll just trust me that it was. But I watched some videos and I found out that's not correct. The proper way is that these two front lobes should basically be facing outwards, kind of at a slight downward angle. What turned out to be is that this timing mark needed to be lined up with on the chain, and I've gotten the spark plugs back in, and spinning it over by hand, I have way more compression, even by hand, than what I did before. Earlier, there was, I don't think I recorded it, but earlier I did have a little bit of compression, but it was like I could turn this thing over by hand, almost no resistance. So I think the whole issue with this not starting was the fact that I didn't time it right. So I think it's timed right now. I'm gonna throw this back together and start getting it back into the car.
I guess you guys learned that Eric did, in fact, mistime that engine.
Yep.
I had to go away for a short bit, but I'm torquing down the camshafts now. Now the question is,
A little high.
does it go I for intake, E for exhaust? Because it's not like it came with instructions for this. So behind the scenes, Eric has taken this front cover off.
I don't want to talk about it.
4 times. He forgot the timing sprocket. He put the timing sprocket on, then realized there was a chain guide he forgot. Had to take it back off, put the chain guide on.
And at that, when I realized the chain guide, I already had the oil pan on, so I had to take that off too.
But it's correctly timed. It's got compression now, so now he's just got to put the valve cover back on. Yeah?
Yep. Oil pan's on, valve, and then I put the valve cover on, made the trans and engine back up, throw it in, and then get more fluid for everything.
And as far as the Escort engine, because I'm still waiting on an oil pump, I can't really do much. I got the cams on, cam gears, they're adjustable. Yeah, they don't match the purple scheme. The valve cover is on, but the bolts are a little bit rusty for my liking. And then I still gotta get nuts for this. And the intake side. Put the water pump on. Clean up that oil pan, which I keep forgetting to take to work. But I think we're gonna call it a end of the video, because I'm hungry and the pizza's probably here.
I'm putting the valve cover on and I'm calling it a day.
Yeah. So, see you in the next one. So behind the scenes, Eric has taken this front cover off
I don't want to talk about it.
4 times. He forgot the timing sprocket. He put the timing sprocket on, then realized there was a chain guide he forgot. Had to take it back out, put the chain guide on.
And at that, when I realized the chain guide, I already had the oil pan on, so I had to take that off too.
But it's correctly timed. It's got compression now, so now he's just got to put the valve cover back on. Yeah?
Yep. Oil pan's on, valve, and then I put the valve cover on, made the trans and engine back up, throw it in, and then get more fluid for everything.
And as far as the Escort engine, because I'm still waiting on an oil pump, I can't really do much. I got the cams on, cam gears, they're adjustable. Yeah, they don't match the purple scheme. The valve cover is on, but the bolts are a little bit rusty for my liking. And then I still got to get nuts for this. And the intake side. Put the water pump on. Clean up that oil pan, which I keep forgetting to take to work. But I think we're going to call it a end of the video, because I'm hungry and the pizza's probably here.
I'm putting the valve cover on and I'm calling it a day.
Yeah. So, see you in the next one.